Hey everybody, Nathan Ronen, CFA here with another update. This one for Level 3 candidates taking the CFA Level 3 exam in August 2024. We're about a month away from the exam, and I know you're probably itching and looking for advice on how to conquer those essays or those constructed responses as they're called. And I'm going to try to give you some help. If you want to continue listening to this particular update, please press the subscribe button now and also the notifications bell so that you can receive not only this one but all future updates on Level 3 or on the CFA exam in general and be part of this. Okay, I apologize to you first of all. I'm a little bit under the weather. I just was diagnosed with COVID and I was pretty surprised. I'm kind of like surprised to get flu-type symptoms in July when it's about 92 degrees out, but it is what it is, and I'm at the tail end of it, and I'm starting to feel better, and that's a good thing. Always have to be positive thinking. Same thing with your CFA exam, positive thinking. If you're right now in July and you're thinking that you're going to fail this exam in August, or you're concerned about the essays that you don't know how to do them, those are two different things. If you think you're going to fail, that's negative thinking. Throw that out the window. I don't want to even hear about it. Okay, you're not going to fail. There's no reason to fail unless you want to fail. And then the second point, that you don't feel prepared for the essays, well, that you got to do something about, and there is something that you can do about it, and we're going to talk about that in a second too. But you need to pass this exam in August. You don't need to go into 2025 with the pathways and play around and see the whole, reshaping of the Level 3 program. Let's get this done now. Stop just reading the books. It isn't always going to get you where you want to go. If that was the case, who reads the books or the curriculum the most? Then that would be the results. Okay, I read it 85 times, so you passed. I read it 25 times, I failed. It doesn't go like that. You really need to know how to write the constructed responses. You need to know how to give the graders what they're looking for on those essays. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you is you might want to sometimes not listen to too many of the anonymous sources on different kinds of forums because you really don't know where the advice is coming from. But one thing I'm going to tell you, based on my experience of many years teaching the CFA Level 3 curriculum, grading mock essay exams and the like, is the following. If you are given in an essay a question, and let's say the question has a portfolio A, B, and C choice, and then you're asked to select one of the portfolios and then justify it in the next part with two reasons why, you cannot afford to make this mistake. Select the portfolio that you think is the best and then stick to your answer. If you think it's portfolio C, fine. Say portfolio C. If you're right, you're going to get credit for that. If you're wrong, then you're going to obviously lose credit for that. But when it comes to the justification, and this is where a lot of candidates burn themselves, is you need to justify it showing reasons why specifically C is correct, not why A and B are wrong. So if you're going to sort of enter the house through the back door, it's going to cost you on the exam because the graders are not going to give you credit for answering C and then explaining why A and B are wrong. Telling them why A and B are wrong is not justifying why C is correct. It's showing you that by default, select C, but it doesn't show you that C is the correct choice. So you need to be very careful how you answer that type of essay. I know that on some of the forums, people say, oh yeah, my prep provider told me that I can write, portfolio C, and then if I explain what's wrong with A and what's wrong with B, that'll be fine. It will not cut the die with the graders. You won't see your exam anyway. You won't see your score, but you'll get a big fat 0 for the justification, and you might get 1 point for selecting the right portfolio, in this case, portfolio C. Don't make that mistake on the exam. Number 2, when you are asked to, let's say, provide 4 qualities of a valid benchmark. Okay, like all those different 7 qualities or characteristics of a good benchmark. We call them samurai. Anyway, choose 4. And when it says identify and briefly explain, identify each of the four, whatever, specified in advance, accountable, measurable, investable. Fine. Now when you have to briefly explain doesn't mean just, kind of like define it, okay? It means you got to show that you understand what specified in advance means, or you got to show that what investable means. And what a lot of times candidates will do is they'll write investable, that you can invest in the securities. Investable, that you can invest in the securities. You're using the word invest to explain investable, and measurable, and measure for measurable, and set in advance for specified in advance. You're not going to get credit for that. You get credit for identifying, but the explanation is not there. Think of it this way. Somebody asks you, hey, Joe, do you know what serendipity means? And he says, yeah, everybody knows what serendipity means. What does serendipity mean? It's the act of being serendipitous. Does that help you out? No. Saying measurable, that you can measure, or investable, that you can invest in it? No. You need to, for example, say investable, that you can purchase and sell the securities in the index within your portfolio. Measurable, that you can calculate the performance of the index over a specified period of time to compare your portfolio against. Okay, specified in advance, that you select the index ahead of the evaluation period. All of those kinds of things. You got to be able to explain yourself. You can't use the term to explain the term. That's not going to show the graders that you know what you're talking about. Anyhow, those are two solid pieces of advice. I have a ton of them in my courses, in my mock exams, everything, of how to give the graders what they're looking for. And it's based on solid experience, and I can stand by what I'm saying and explain to you why, based on experience. So if you're interested in doing my essay mock exams, check them out on my website. If you're interested in doing a crash course on CFA Level 3, I would choose my online videos. I don't have 155 or 200 hours of videos. It's much shorter and much more to the point and concise, and it has 50 essays embedded in it. So my online lectures have 50 embedded essays that I apply the content to 50 essays to show you how to actually answer the essays, and I write them out myself as if I were a candidate. That's very useful. Or you could join one of my mock essay exams, the dates are on my website. You could do them either live, if the dates are suitable for you, but if you can't make the live session on Zoom, you can do them on your own. But either way, I'm going to grade those essays for you. I'm going to grade them for you. I'm going to show you why you're getting points deducted, and I'm going to give you feedback so that you can pass that exam in August. That should take away any fear that you have of not passing, and that should build your confidence. Anyhow, those are my little tidbits for you. I'm going to sign off here. And if you have any questions, check out my website, or you can email me or contact me directly through my website. It's chalkandboard.org. That's CHALK and AND board, BOARD. That's chalkandboard.org. It has my phone number there, my email. Welcome. I'm happy to help get you through. And if this is your last time to take the Level 3 exam, because it's your 5th time taking it, I really advise you to pick up one of the mock exam essays, and let's get you through Level 3 this year, and that you don't get kicked out of the program. And if you're taking this for more than the first time, let's get you done. Have a good day, and I look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.